Good morning. It is day 2 of the Budapest adventure. If you haven't seen day 1, when I arrived in Budapest, watch that video first. I had a great night's sleep last night. I'm staying in a hostel, 8-bed dorm, all females, and I haven't stayed in a hostel for a very long time. I was really worried about it, but it was absolutely fine. All the girls were in the room by 10, lights off, curtains drawn by 10:30. I was probably the one that stayed up the latest. But yeah, great night's sleep. And massive breakfast this morning. I actually woke up at 6 o'clock, didn't want to disturb the others, so I just chucked on some leggings and got my coat and then walked around Budapest. I've actually done 6,600 steps and it's only just gone 10 already. Pretty impressive. I think today is going to be a really long walking day because I am now going to do a free walking tour, although donations are expected. Just want to kind of look at the most famous sites around Budapest, understand some of the history. It's probably the thing you want to do quite early on in your trip. Wherever you go, if you're going to do a walking tour, do it as soon as possible. First stop is St. Stephen's Basilica. As you can see, it is raining. I have got an umbrella. I hope I'm not going to regret doing this walking tour today because I have definitely non-waterproof shoes on. Hopefully the umbrella will save them. So see you at St. Stephen's Basilica. If you watched the previous video, you may recognise this basilica from last night, and it's the meeting point for our free walking tour today. The basilica was built in honour of St. Stephen, the first king of Hungary, and was completed in 1906. It costs 2,400 forint to enter the church, and you'll also get to see St. Stephen's hand, displayed in a glass box. For 6,200 forint, you'll also gain access to the treasury and a panoramic terrace offering excellent views of the city. I didn't go in this time, but I have it on good authority that if you only want to visit one church in Budapest, this will be the most beautiful. Okay, on to the tour.
These 7 tribes, and that leader just so happened to be King Stephen.
This is Robert, and he will be our guide. He's a super nice guy and incredibly knowledgeable about his city, Budapest. I will show you some of the sites we visited, but to be fair to Robert, I won't repeat all the information. If you visit Budapest, you should attend his tour. The fat policeman. His nose and belly are shiny from all the people rubbing them, a Hungarian tradition offering the rubby good luck. The streets around St. Stephen's Basilica are full of restaurants, most offering tourist food with tourist prices. But this strudel house looks reasonable, and I do visit it later on in the week. The memorial for victims of the German occupation. This memorial has a controversial story, and you'll have to take the tour to find out why. But it did give us an insight into the Hungarian people and how they view their history, many whom want to take responsibility for the atrocities that Hungary played a part in. There are laminated papers to read people's stories and QR codes to get a more in-depth understanding.
Known for being the most depressing song in the entire world.
Robert then introduces us to the mini statues named Kolodko, which are placed all around Budapest. It's an excellent activity to get lost in the city and discover places that you might not normally, something again I'll be doing later on in the week. Hungarian Parliament, the largest building in Hungary. It's particularly beautiful at night when it's lit up and easily spotted from the other side of the river Danube due to its enormous size. The Shoes on the Danube. This dark memorial is a stark reminder of the lives lost during World War II, particularly the estimated 3,500 people who were made to remove their shoes and line up along the riverbank before being shot and falling into the freezing waters below. Flowers, stones, coins, candles and ribbons are scattered over men's, women's and children's shoes in remembrance. Robert then briefly explains what landmarks are on the other side of the river, Buda, and is then available for any additional questions at the end of the tour. We pay our donations and take his number just in case we need any help during our stay. Thanks, Robert! Just finished the walking tour. We're at the bridge, you can see it behind me. And yeah, great walking tour. His name was Robert. I'll put a link in the description so that you can find it. Definitely recommend it. Really nice guy, lots of good information. Got a lot of history, got some fun facts. There are a few games. You could win Hungarian chocolate. Well, it's not exactly chocolate, but it seemed interesting. I'm definitely going to go buy one because I didn't win any of the... I got a few of the answers, but I didn't win any of the prizes. Definitely recommend. Really good. 2.5 hours. There's about 25 of us there. Nicely paced, and yeah, understand a lot more about the city now, so that's good. I am starving again. I never normally get this hungry, but I think just because of the walking. So I'm going to go and find a restaurant that he recommended. I think it was Dunacorso, somewhere on the front. So that's where I'm going to go next. It's actually called Dunacorso. A beautiful restaurant overlooking the Danube, and that, according to Robert, is one of the best restaurants in Budapest and serves a delicious goulash. Goulash is a Hungarian soup made of meat and vegetables and seasoned with spices. It gets its bright red colour from paprika, also a Hungarian staple, and is most often served with bread. It is the perfect meal after a long and chilly walking tour, and it tastes amazing. Okay, time for a brief Hungarian language lesson. Hello in Hungarian is szia. That's easy to remember because it sounds like see ya in English. Thank you, köszönöm. Thank you in Hungarian is köszönöm. I also ordered an elderflower homemade lemonade, which was so refreshing. I spent $6,302 in total, which I think is a great deal for the riverside location, and the food and drink tasted very good. Thank you, köszönöm. Thank you, goodbye. Thank you. Thanks, bye. The service was also fantastic, and even though I felt a little out of place because it seemed quite posh, I was made to feel very welcome. I would definitely recommend. Okay, I'm now heading back to the hostel to rest my feet a bit before tackling the other side of the river, Buda. It's not that far, but I decided to take the metro as I'll be doing a lot more walking later today. You'll remember I warned you about validating your ticket before using the metro in the previous video. Well, here's one of those machines. It's probably about time I show you some of the hostel where I've been staying. There's a shower, an additional sink, and a hairdryer. And there's also a separate toilet. My dorm has 8 beds. each with a privacy curtain, duvet and pillow, a lamp, 2 European plug sockets, and a large storage space under the bed. You'll need to bring your own lock and your own towel, although they're both available to buy at reception. After a quick rest, I head over to Buda via a tram. Don't forget to validate. I love a tram, as I don't often get to use them. Ah, so I think this is Margaret Island. Yeah, I thought this was just the other side of the river, but I think this is Margaret Island. I definitely want to go there. Apparently it's got some really cheap, good street food as well. There are announcements in Hungarian and English, and maps including other transport available at each stop.
The next stop is Szechenyi, where this tram terminates. Change here for Metro Line N2 and regional buses.
Okay, I've made it to Buda. So if you didn't know, the name Budapest comes from tying 2 cities into one. You've got Buda, which is the more kind of, let's say posh, the little bit more expensive side, up on the big hill with all the castle and Matthias Church, things like that. And then you've got Pest, which used to be, and still is, more the commercial side. It's a bit cheaper. I would recommend, if you're staying in Budapest, to stay on the Pest side, because that's where you'll be eating most of the time. I asked Robert, the guide, earlier about any decent places to eat in Buda. There's probably a lot of really nice places, but they're just not within my budget. But he did say there was a nice place for, sorry, let me just check that I'm going in the right direction, and I'm definitely not. Yeah, he did say that there is a nice bakery, so if I see the name and I remember it, then I will check it out. I'm still feeling massively full after that goulash. Let me get my map out, see where I'm going, and get to this Matthias Church. Okay, so I definitely took a wrong turn, and I've turned up actually in kind of, let's have a look at this actually. Not that I can read any of that writing, but these prices look much more reasonable. So, do you know what? I reckon that you could actually eat in Buda. You might just have to walk a little bit further. The good thing about getting lost is that you find places that you never would have found before. The bad thing about getting lost is that sometimes you go downhill when you need to go uphill, and the only way that you can correct that is by climbing a lot of stairs. I made it. Let's find this church. So the museum was almost 10,000 forint, which is a bit over my budget for today, but he recommended it, so especially if you're into medicine, he said, so maybe you'll want to do that yourself. Oh no, more stairs. But all those stairs were worth it. This is not overlooking the Danube, it's the other side, but we're quite high up in Buda. Here's the view. But I just really want to watch sunset from Goulash Hill. I don't think I've got enough time, but I'm going to try and rush around and see the church, Fisherman's Bastion, the castle, and get to Goulash Hill in like an hour, I think. Wish me luck, fingers crossed. So I can see the church with its very lovely coloured steeple on the left. Okay, I got the time wrong, but I've actually got 2 hours, so plenty of time. Here's a mini version. Oh wow, and there's actually Braille here. Oh, amazing. Although it's kind of worn down, but probably too many fingers on it, just like I did. And here's from the front. So that's the view that you can see when you're looking from the Pest side across the Danube. Fisherman's Bastion, which is this little kind of terrace, and then St. Matthias Church. And then here's the real thing. St. Matthias Church, also known as the Church of Our Lady of Buda Castle, is where the king, St. Matthias, was married twice. It was built over 700 years ago and has been rebuilt many times due to several invasions. Its current design is Gothic, and the steeples are covered in brightly coloured ceramic tiles. It's actually closed. Don't know what time it closes or if it's just closed for today. But those are the prices, 3,100 for an adult. For the church, if you want to go up to the tower, it's 3,700 for an adult. The Fisherman's Bastion was built between 1895 and 1902. And it offers great views across the river of Pest. The 7 towers represent the 7 Hungarian chieftains who had led their tribes to present-day Hungary to settle in the year 895. Just gave the oh god, what is that instrument called? Not harmonica. That instrument that I'm thinking of. Just gave him a couple of coins and he immediately stopped playing, so I don't know what to make of that. Anyway, I'm gonna go for a little walk up now to the castle. On the way to the castle, I passed several small shops selling souvenirs. Those are paprika peppers, and the little bags of sweet and spicy paprika make for a great present for people back home. Typical German or Austrian, I guess, restaurant. They look like they should be wearing lederhosen. Ooh, a House of Houdini. Let's go check it out. House of Houdini. I would have loved to go into the House of Houdini. This is just up my street, but unfortunately you needed to pre-book. An adult ticket costs €13, and if you go, you'll see the largest permanent exhibition of Houdini artifacts, along with live magic entertainment and interactive wonders. Next up is the Sandor Palace, the office and home of the President of Hungary. And right beside it, Buda Castle. Definitely under construction. And here's the funicular, 5,000 for it for a return. Again, way over my budget. But looks beautiful. Even this little building. Stunning. The funicular only offers return journey tickets. You can't buy a single. It's not within my budget, but if you'd rather save yourself from lots of stairs, it would be a rather quirky and quick way to the top. And there's a hot air balloon somewhere around here, I think. Oh, here goes the funicular. This looks a bit more castle. Chain bridge. Parliament. St. Stephen's Basilica. Gillett Hill. I thought it would be cool to film a time lapse of the city lights turning on at sunset. I didn't realise that the final clip would be so short. Oh well, lesson learned. I am new to this filming stuff. The castle, like many other buildings in this area, are undergoing massive renovation. It's planned to take 10 years, so it will probably still be going on if you visit. If you're into museums and galleries, the castle complex houses the Budapest History Museum and the National Gallery. It's now getting pretty cold, so I start to head down and back to the hostel. Budapest at night, lit up, is just so beautiful. More stairs, this time going down, so that's all good with me. I walk across the Szechenyi Bridge, also referred to as the Chain Bridge. I just can't get enough of these views at night. These are incredible. And we're back at St. Stephen's Basilica. We've done a full circle. Well, actually, we have done a full circle. We started at St. Stephen's Basilica this morning. We went on the walking tour with Robert. We saw so many of the important sites on the Pest side. Then we had a really nice lunch at, Dunacorso, something like this. Apparently that's the best goulash in Budapest. I guess I'd have to try a few more goulash before I could tell, but it was really nice and it was so warm and it's quite a cold day today, so that was really great. And they were super friendly. The staff were like, gosh, it was like I was a movie star walking in there. Hello madam, where would you like to sit? Is there anything I can get you? How's your meal? They were really nice in there, so yeah, I'd recommend that also. And then where did we go? Then we went over to the Buda side, and yeah, that was really beautiful. Much more different feel, older buildings, church, Fisherman's Bastion, Buda Castle. Unfortunately, I didn't make it to Gellet Hill. I wasn't sure if I'd get there in time for the light switching on, which actually, this might be helpful information. Sunset, if you see what time sunset is on like a weather app, bong, bong, oh, that must tell us what the time is. Yeah, see what the sunset time is on a weather app, and it's probably going to be about another 10-15 minutes after that. So maybe, yeah, don't worry about getting there dead on sunset. There was me and this other guy. He had his GoPro and we were filming the lights going on, and it wasn't quite as dramatic. This is certainly dramatic now, isn't it? I wonder what's going on. Maybe I'll wait for them to finish. Yeah, I think I was talking about the sunset, watching the lights come on, and Budapest is such a beautiful city at night. There's so many things that are lit up. I think I'm going to finish there. It was a great day. I'm looking forward to going back and maybe have a cup of tea. I don't drink normal tea, but I've started drinking green tea. So a cup of green tea and yeah, to get on the laptop and then go to bed. And plan what's tomorrow, because now I know where things are. I need to have a plan for what I'm doing for the rest of the week. Okay, you'll find out soon. And that is the end of day 2. In total, I spent 14,062 forint, and my favourite memory was making it up all of those stairs. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please do like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one, and don't forget to see, do, feel.